Thanks for joining me today. You know, for years and years, there was this huge debate about the earth and it being flat or round or round or flat. And then ultimately or eventually, they came to the scientific conclusion that the world was round. Okay? So fast forward hundreds of years later, I'm about to take that theory or fact or whatever you want to call it and turn it on its ear again and tell you that the earth is flat. That's right, the earth is flat. I'm talking to you today about cultural intelligence. Cultural intelligence. Now, I say the earth is flat because nowadays, with technology, you can reach someone from Atlanta, Georgia to Japan in a matter of seconds with using Skype or ooVoo or any type of application, communication application, and sell your product or strike up an old friendship or provide a service or whatever the case may be. These things now you can do in a matter of seconds because of technology. Technology has made the earth flat. Everything now is so easily accessible. Back in the day when we would send mail through the mail or call long distance, it would usually take a while for the mail to get there or for your information to get across the waters. Now you can get your information across the waters or halfway across the world in a matter of minutes or seconds. So I say that the world is flat now, thanks to technology. And so in order to understand that, as leaders in the 21st century, we need to understand and be aware that in order to have a competitive edge, we must be culturally intelligent. Now, I came about this topic. I've dealt with it before, but I've since forgotten it or pushed it under the rug. But I was reading a magazine, the Toastmasters magazine, have you, and in that magazine was an article that talked about cultural intelligence, and the article was by Dr. David Livermore. And he has done decades of studies about cultural intelligence. And basically, before I get started, cultural intelligence is, by his definition, is being able to work effectively in culturally diverse situations. So, in other words, when you're dealing with people with different backgrounds or different cultures and beliefs, you need to be able to effectively engage them and communicate with them so that your communications or your transactions is a success somewhat. I'll give you an example. I am a technical project manager for a large accounting firm. And even though I reside here in Atlanta, Georgia, my team mostly consists of people that live in Buenos Aires, in South America, in Germany, and also in the UK and in England or some other places. So with that being said, I've taken it upon myself to understand the cultures and beliefs, personal as well as business, how they do business, how they communicate, how they engage people, period, or people in other cultures. And one situation in particular, I was dealing with one of my teammates in Buenos Aires, and they speak the Spanish language. And so I started out my conversation with him via chat in Spanish. And he responded back in Spanish, and he was just typing away on his keyboard. And I was like, whoa, wait, just hold on. I just know a little bit of Spanish. I'm not very fluent. So then he went back to English, but we spent 20 minutes talking about the fact that I went the extra mile to understand their culture and to even try to speak in their language. See, I was trying to show authenticity. I was trying to build a relationship, a working relationship with my partner by showing him that I can go the extra mile, by showing him that I want to be authentic in our relationship and to not make him think either you have to do or be a certain way or we can't work together. See, that gave me a leg up on the rest of my project manager teammates here in the States because a lot of them may not do that. As a matter of fact, I know they don't do that. It's not a knock against them, but I'm giving you this information so that you can have a leg up and have a competitive edge against everyone around you by being more authentic and going the extra mile to show your customer or client and even friend that you care about this either working or personal relationship that you're trying to either establish or enhance. And so David Livermore studies this type of behavior, cultural intelligence. And he goes on to say that in his studies, he's polled many senior executives. And a lot of these senior executives are saying that they need more management staff to be culturally intelligent. That's huge. See, nowadays, someone from Arkansas or from Atlanta, Georgia can plug in their laptop, turn on their camera, or use their smartphone, turn on the camera piece and start streaming live. And instantly you have access to the entire world. So if you want to be successful in that approach, as a leader, we have to be smart and understand that being culturally intelligent can take us so much further than just being ourselves, so to speak. Give you an example. I have a friend of mine in Germany. And a lot of Germans, not all, and we'll discuss this part later, but not all are blunt, very direct, to the point. So he'll tell me, Chad, you're talking too much. Get to the point so we can get on with our day. Now, people in the States would probably take offense to that. It would probably ruffle their feathers somewhat. But in Germany, that's the norm. You just say what you feel. You're very direct. You're upfront. I had to learn this from him. And so when I talk with him, I'm able to be blunt or direct, and it doesn't offend him. To whereas if I'm talking to a teammate here in the States, here in the States, we have to be more PC. So I'd have to, hey, let's work on our being on time, because we want to show people that we value their time and that time is important and that we don't need to abuse it by being late or not coming at all when we say we're going to come or do something. So that's one of the examples about being culturally intelligent, understanding people from different cultures and backgrounds and how they see life and how they view morals and how they do business. That will help us. By understanding how they see and do business, we can study that so we can successfully engage in conversations or a sales pitch or any kind of transaction, so that it can be a positive at the end of the day and a benefit, a win-win for both sides, instead of it being an epic failure on our behalf because we didn't take the time to understand their way of life or their way of doing business. So cultural intelligence is very, very big, and it's very, very important for leaders in the 21st century now to understand, and not only understand, but learn how to implement, so that you can become a more effective, a more positive and engaging leader. Not only with your words, but nonverbal. Certain poses or stances, handshakes. We in the States, we like to shake hands. Well, there are other cultures where they like to bow. But you won't know this if you don't do your research and find out other professional policies or business faux pas, if you will, that people use in different parts of the world. This gives you a leg up. This gives you an advantage when you do your research and you understand, so that you can effectively and positively engage other people in other cultures and be successful. That's the bottom line. To be authentic, first and foremost, with your transaction, with your engagement, but also to be successful with your engagement. So, cultural intelligence. Research it, understand it, get to know it, and start implementing it. And not only can you implement that with people halfway across the world, you can implement that with people that are possibly on your own team, who come from different backgrounds and different cultures, who live here in the States with you, if you live here in the States. So be mindful of cultural intelligence. Learn more about it and start implementing it in your daily life and in your transactions with your teammates, whether here or abroad. Okay? Thank you so much. That's my time. I went a little bit over, but I wanted to make sure that you understood the importance of cultural intelligence and what it is and how you can use it to give you a leg up, to give you an advantage in your career and also, in your personal life. If you want to hear, if you want to hear more video, audio clips like this as well as videos, please go to my website at www.chadbumgarner.co. You can also reach me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is @Chad_Bumgarner. And also, I am now doing Periscope. It's very exciting. I'm enjoying the feedback that I'm getting from that. So catch me on Periscope, Chad Bumgarner, or I think it's @CD_Bumgarner. And you'll catch me. And I usually try to go out there every Wednesday with the same topics that I'm talking to you about. I just do it on a different platform. Okay? Thank you so much for joining me again today. And remember, great leadership equals great results. How are you leading?